Hello trader. Trading on the lower time frame was a real struggle for me. I was searching for strategies to trade on the lower time frame. As when I started day trading, it was really hard for me to trade on the lower time frame until I found this one strategy that I used on 1 hour time frame. Now this strategy can be used for both trending and counter trending trade. As you can see on the screen, this is the trade was just sent yesterday to the students in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy using that strategy. I'll now step by step show you how you can use the same strategy to make money from the market using 1 hour time frame. And also I will be analyzing the trade that we have taken so that you exactly know how this strategy work in the real market. Now if this is something you are interested, guys, make sure you smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. This is Forex Wizard from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Without further delay, let's get started. Okay guys, so let's look at in what situation you can use this strategy. Now to use this strategy, what you need a very important liquidity zone. This is the simplest but most profitable strategy you'll ever find. You don't need a bunch of indicators, you don't need anything, just you need to understand where is the liquidity. As you know that liquidity is the fuel of price. This is where the price moves along the direction of the liquidity. So to use the strategy, what you need to do, you need to identify a liquidity zone. I will show you quite a few examples on the chart so that you understand how the liquidity works. Now, as you can see, just is an example that what you have seen, the price has come back to this level, has bounced from here, and then has come back down, has broken this level, again has come back to the same level over and over again. And what we have seen that in fact the price again bounced from that same level. Now at some point what you have seen a clear manipulation into this liquidity zone. Now why it is a liquidity zone? Once you see that the price from a zone multiple time bounced, okay, into the upside and to the downside, it is a very high liquidity zone. Not only this, it can be a monthly resistance zone, weekly support zone, daily support zone, daily resistance zone. I'll show you quite a few examples so that you can identify exactly what is a liquidity zone. And from that liquidity zone, what we have seen that an 1 hour candle, okay, has been strongly penetrated that liquidity zone and then closed back below as a rejection candle. That is what we called a liquidity zone, and this liquidity zone, that is what we will be using in our trading. Once you see that the price has a clear rejection from an important liquidity zone, that is where we will be entering the trade. Now guys, as I mentioned, this is the strategy that big boys use every day. So once you understand that, it is a big tool in your hand that you can use every single day. Now let me show you the trade that we have sent to the students yesterday. Let me break that down and then we'll show you quite a few bullish and bearish examples so that you understand clearly, so that you can use it every day. As you can see on the screen guys, this is the trade that we have sent yesterday to the students using the same strategy. And in that strategy, as you can see, with a tight stop loss and 2 times profit just in a matter of 2 hours time period, guys. You can see on the screen the exact entry, stop loss and take profit target on this trade. Now let me explain exactly what liquidity zone I have used in this strategy, and then we'll jump on to other examples. So let's delete that part and then looking at higher time frame, looking at first of all monthly. See, this is a 1 hour candle, but what we have used is in fact a higher time frame liquidity area. And in that strategy, in fact, you may not necessarily need to follow the trend. As there is a liquidity, there is always a good trading opportunity. Now let me replay this chart here. This is the weekly chart. Now as you can see, this weekly candle, this is a red candle, and in that zone, as you can see, first of all there is a weekly rejection here, strong, followed by another weekly candle which has created a lower high with that candle, and followed by what we have seen, that there is another wickless weekly candle. Now every time the price was creating series of lower high in that zone. Now if you clearly look at what you see, that in fact there is in fact a wickless candle, and this zone is a high liquidity. Now why high liquidity? Because when this price was dropping on the weekly to this level, there has been a huge selling pressure here, and those who sold this market for this price to drop, everyone's stop loss in most cases above this high. And when there is a stop loss, there is liquidity, because when a seller is selling a market, okay, their stop loss is a buy order, and that is why the price goes like a magnet to test those level where there is a buy order. And that is why when the price goes to that level, there is a buy order, and the big boys sell this market, because when there is a buyer, the big boys want to sell the market, and that is why the price drop from that level. Now with that weekly candle, let's jump on to daily as well. As you can see, this is the daily level. Let's draw a line on this one, and you'll see, replaying the chart, how the price came out in that zone, how it is reacted, and what situation I have entered this trade. Now if I jump onto the 1 hour chart, now you can see this is the level that is where there is a wickless candle on the 1 hour chart, and we will be waiting for this price to go ahead and test this level, and this is where we will be entering the trade. Let's replay the chart on the 1 hour. Now what you can see, and I was watching the price action all along, because this kind of trades are really profitable, and it's worth watching. And you can set an alarm if you don't want to watch the price action when there is a liquidity, and from that zone you can easily enter a trade. So let's see how it is doing. See, with that red bearish engulfer, I know that many trader will be trapped in that bearish engulfer on the red, because they might think that okay, this is the resistance level, create a lower high, and might be selling short. But unfortunately, if anyone trade that, they will it will be a losing trade. Now the next one is where the real trading opportunity. See that this green candle, if you closely look at this impulse to the upside, this is 1 hour candle, guys, and you can see that just penetrated that liquidity zone. Now if you closely look at it, you see it's a little bit of penetration, even less than a pip. That's a huge volume in it. You know that as a retail trader, you even can't move a 1 pip by trading all we have. So that 1 pip move or half pip move is a big deal. Now once the price rejected candle close, that is where we have entered the trade. Exactly as you can see, this is the entry point, and this is the entry, because once you see this weekly candle, wickless candle, you know that once the price hit that level, there will be a bounce, very high probability and profitable trade setup. Now if you go short from here, exactly from this zone, keeping stop loss exactly above the liquidity zone, and we have targeted 2 to 1 risk to reward, easily achievable. As I mentioned, you need at least a higher risk to reward or a high probability trade setup. Now if you closely look at it, you can see that in the next hour the price hit exactly 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio trade on this one. Amazing trading opportunity. Now let's see quite a few more examples so that you can understand it, how to use this liquidity trading strategy in the 1 hour. Okay guys, so let's look at this example, bullish example on gold. And as I mentioned, that to apply this strategy, understanding liquidity zone is very, very important. Now if you closely look at on gold, what we see that anyone can understand if you are trading for some time which one is the most important level in this chart. Now let me draw this level and see if it makes sense to you. Now you can see that this is the most important level in this chart. Why? If you closely look at, this is a 1 hour chart on gold as well. As you can see, there is a huge movement to the upside, a big move, and then from that level we have seen a big bounce. Okay, it's a clearly identical level here. The same zone here came to the same level and created a big long wick candle and then created this big move. Now if you closely look at, we see that there has been a penetration of this level. Okay, this is also a clear liquidity grab and then has made this drop. Now what we have seen, that same level here, there is quite a few narrow dojis and smaller candles has been created in this level on gold. And then what you see, that look at this one here. Okay, this is where you will be looking at, as this one acted here as a resistance. Okay, very important level of resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, turn support. And that level, you can see that the price just penetrated that zone and created a long wick candle. Now this is where the most important liquidity zone that you can find, and this is gold, where you can easily, after closing of this candle, now let's see what will happen if you take this long trade, the one that we have shown earlier. In the same way, when you see this kind of liquidity zone, this is where the huge trading opportunity, if we put our stop loss below this low, you easily can achieve 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio without any question. So to apply the strategy, the only thing that you need to understand is where is the most amount of liquidity, and then when that liquidity is hit, and then you need to wait for a long rejection from that liquidity zone. That means the big boys are selling or buying in that market. I sincerely believe that you enjoyed this trading strategy, and also don't forget to join the free Telegram channel, link in the description area, so that you don't miss out all the free content that we are posting every single day to help you in your trading. Thank you. I'll see you soon in my next video.